Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans. Around here, what we do is we bring about conversations of a psychological, mental health, emotional health paradigm. We do that as often as we can, usually several times per week. We make something happen for your listening pleasure. We can do that in a number of ways. So, childhood trauma is our talk from today. If you are dealing with childhood trauma or think you may be, would love to be of assistance to you in that way. I've worked with over 18,000 people in the last 15 years. There's very little I haven't heard. I'm trying to help people is something I'm really passionate about. Please feel free to reach out at PO Perception on Twitter or in the About Me section of this YouTube page. Either one will get you in touch with me or members of my team. We'll make something happen from there. The first sign of childhood trauma is difficulty in relationships or not pursuing them. Now, this could be friendships or romantic relationships. It also could be just social interaction. So, the avoidance of all or most social interaction is something that the majority of people who have been through childhood trauma do because the fear of rejection is the motivating factor or lack of motivating factor as it relates to how they can move forward. When a person is afraid that they're going to be rejected and or afraid that they're going to be treated badly, the first thing they're going to do is avoid any contact that could lead to that. The next is the kind of the belief that they need to be the helper. They need to be the person who's going to make life easier for other people. This belief, coupled with the fact of kind of that ultimate angst or anger or frustration, is something that's super valuable in a number of ways because a lot of times people will manipulate that, but they'll also begin to look at a person who is always helpful as an individual who they may like, but then also that they may use depending on what their motive is. But the person who is trying to be in a position of socially connected but doesn't trust their own judgment is actually an individual who might actually feel like the only way they can get any level of consistent attention is to be the helper, and so almost it becomes an addiction to helping others or making other people comfortable in the event of kind of any sort of relational connectivity, and so that becomes problematic in and of itself. Um, the next thing there to look at is kind of the nature of um, kind of making a major, kind of way to look at things and ultimately connect things on a deeper level. Faking being happy is another common problem. People who are in the neighborhood of faking being happy is something that can be super beneficial and super challenging at the same time. These individuals often don't want to bring their drama or their stress onto other people, and so they pretend that they're more happy than they actually are in an effort to make it okay for other people to be enjoying their own lives. But inside, a lot of these individuals constantly struggle with feeling empty or as though they don't necessarily know how to, um, connect with others. The emptiness is often the realization that they don't have the emotional range or emotional variance that they feel they should have, but at the same time, there's a struggle around that in so much that the other individual doesn't necessarily feel like they can be in control in the way they would prefer to be, and that becomes super problematic for a number of reasons. And so the next thing there is kind of looking at things from the not reaching out to others even when one is lonely, and thus getting themselves typecast as a person who is either antisocial or socially awkward or weird, but in reality the cadence of knowing how to contact someone, how to build a friendship, how to connect on a deeper level, on an emotional level, and or maintain those relationships can become extremely difficult. The desire to formulate new habits is there. However, also the desire to kind of connect on a deeper level is there, but the fear of not doing it well enough or not being enough or not being able to connect with other people in the right way can drive a person away from feeling like they are capable of doing exactly that. And so the challenge becomes, how does one make a difference in that manner? Next thing to look at is, kind of looking at the formulation of the new habit also being something where the individual who's trying to do so, because of childhood trauma, may feel like they're defeating themselves because of the stress of feeling like they haven't done it right or the perfectionism it often comes with traumatic experiences, traumatic beliefs, or the difficulty in self-forgiveness that comes with childhood trauma. So hopefully this is helpful. Keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.